Hi there, I'm Dane and welcome to my YouTube channel where we explore everything software development. In this video, we're going to explore a concept called the team headquarters, which is a concept we can implement to help teams operate smoothly and have less friction. Before we jump in, if you like the content in this video, please hit the thumbs up button. And if you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing. So here is our implementation of the team headquarters concept. I've used a Miro board for this, but you can use any kind of software you like. So let's just go through this board. Right at the top, we've got maybe a company logo and the team name. Let's just dig in here a little bit. We have the team's mission. And so each team would have some mission that they're developing a product or software for, so we'd put that in there, or maybe we'd link off to it. Objectives and key results is a goal setting framework that many teams are using these days, so maybe we'd link off or describe those OKRs here. The ritual that we do every day is a daily stand-up, and so we've got this blue section here, and this describes the daily stand-up and helps us organize it. So you might have a guide for your teams to learn about the daily stand-up, so you could link to that here. On the left-hand side of the blue box, we've got the facilitator roster, so you would have everyone's name that's in the team, and today it's Alice's job to facilitate the stand-up, and then maybe tomorrow it's Bob's job, or you could rotate every iteration that you have. It's up to you to decide what you do there, but this is an example. You could have a facilitator roster here, and then at the end of stand-up, Alice would click this arrow and just drag it down and point it at Bob. And this is pretty nice because if, let's say, Bob is on leave tomorrow, then we can just swap Bob and Charlie around, or we can just skip over Bob with the arrow and note that down. Just an easy way to keep a roster so that everyone is facilitator of the stand-up. The next thing we have for the stand-up is a bit of an agenda. So a lot of teams just walk a task board for their agenda, but I've found in some teams that I've worked in that it could be pretty important to also review any critical metrics that you have each day to see if there are any anomalies that you need to investigate as a top priority, or maybe just to celebrate some successes if overnight or during the last 24 hours you've done really well in some of your metrics. Walk the task board, so start with the work items closest to done, going from the top priority first. How is that work progressing? Do you need any help from anyone else? If you do need to collaborate with a specific person, then call it out when you're talking about your work item, and ensure to try and do that as soon as possible right after stand-up. Some teams have acceptance demos that they do when work items are potentially complete, so ensure those members of your team that will attend that demo or participate in the demo stick around after stand-up. And then the next thing is organize for the day. So is anyone going to be unavailable today or tomorrow? Maybe you need to catch up with them at a certain time, or catch them today because they're going to be away tomorrow or in the future. Are there any specific team meetings today? Maybe just a quick reminder that, for example, you might have a retro in the afternoon. The next thing is, if you've thought of any retrospective items, add them to the board to the right, and we'll get to that in a minute. And then move the daily stand-up facilitator arrow as we spoke about just before. Then we can move over to retrospective, and I've already done a video on the retrospective, so we won't go through this in depth. Check out that video, I'll put a link in the description. But as you can see, we've got a facilitator roster on the left, we have the agenda in the middle, we've even got a board where we can go and add specific items if we think of them during the stand-up, or if you think of them at any time during the day, you can just jump straight into your HQ board or HQ area and drop them into your stand-up board here. Let's go down to the helpful team links. So quite often we have new people joining our team, or even ourselves, and we keep links or bookmarks to various areas of our team's documentation, we can put them right here on our HQ or headquarters board, ready for immediate consumption. And you know that you can just come straight back to your headquarters board if you need a link to your technical documentation, and you keep it up to date so that all new team members can read that documentation as well. You may be working on one or more initiatives as a team, and so you could dedicate an area of the headquarters for your initiatives, and you could link off to various other tools or boards or documentation or whatever you have to help facilitate that initiative. So you could have a short description, just a text description. Maybe you'll link off to some story maps. Maybe that's in some piece of software. You might have specific architecture documentation for this initiative, so you could link off to that. You might also have wireframes, UI designs, or prototypes, and you can link off to those systems as well. And again, this is really just a concept that you can use, and you can add various other sections to this HQ board, whatever you decide your team could benefit from. So you might have multiple initiatives, you might have many more team links, you might decide that your task board is in Miro and it's in here, or if the task board is maybe in another tool like Jira or Trello, you might have a link to that. You click off and that goes to a new tab. You run through that board, then you come back to the HQ. So the real concept here is to try to have a one-stop shop for all of your team's documentation and operational processes so that everyone knows what they need to do. The facilitators are all assigned via a roster or however you decide to do that. And you can use this as a bit of a hub and spoke model. So this is your hub, your headquarters is the first place that you come to, and then you click off to a specific area of your documentation or systems. Remember, these are just links, so they can link off to any other system. It doesn't need to go to code or documentation only. So yeah, this is the team headquarters concept. I've implemented it here as a Miro board, but there's no reason why you couldn't implement this as a Confluence page or any other kind of wiki page. It could be implemented as part of a Trello board as well. So yeah, that's the team headquarters concept. I'd like to know if you adopt a concept similar to this. So yeah, drop me a comment in the comment section below if you're using some kind of system like this, or if you implement this after watching this video. If you have any other questions, drop them down in the comment section below. And as always, if you like this video, click the thumbs up button. If you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing. Other than that, I want to remind everyone that I stream coding, various different coding topics on Twitch at twitch.tv/DaneHarnett 3 times a week. So if you want to come and have some live interaction with me and the rest of the chat, feel free to drop in and we can chat about all kinds of software development stuff. So thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.